Hey, what's up everyone? VegetarianZombie here. Welcome to a new series on this channel. A different series of sort. Planet Coaster! Huzzah! Oh my god, I have been dying for this game to come out. And it finally did! Well, it came out a couple of weeks ago. But I've been really, I haven't been making Let's Plays on it because I've been too busy playing it! Part of the reason is I kind of wanted to get to know the game itself before I dived into the Let's Plays, because watching these kind of stumble around in the Let's Play can be really painful when the person doesn't know what they're doing. Now, I promise you I don't know exactly what I'm doing, but I know a little bit more than I did when I started off. So that's my guarantee. Okay, Planet Coaster! First off, big shout out to Bo from the Planet Coaster. He's the community manager over there. He sent me a key for this. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. So, what is Planet Coaster? Well, Planet Coaster is where you make a theme park. It's very much like Roller Coaster Tycoon. Super fun. And you control all aspects of it. Now, you can see here, we have this play and resume thing. I've already done a lot in here, so I can give you a little exploration. Oh, this is my avatar. Look at me. Is that what I really look like? Not at all! So don't try to find me. So you can see here you have like 3 different options: career, sandbox, and challenge. Sandbox is kind of where you have unlimited funds to make your park of your dreams. Career allows you to, gives you scenarios. This is kind of like a tutorial option, and I think in this playthrough we're going to be doing a lot in career. Then we have the challenge, and the challenge is like where you have your theme park and you have limitations in the sandbox. So you start off with a very small pool of money. All right. Let's just dive into this. We're going to dive into career. Now you can see here, I've got a bunch of stuff already done. I've gotten the fairy tale. I've already done the buried treasure and so forth. So before we even play around with the game, I kind of want to show you guys what this is. So you can see here, I've done all these things. And let's check out one of my theme parks. Like one, I think that turned out really fun. And it's going to look a little weird. Let's go here. So we're going to click resume and check out this park. All right, here we are. You can see the Pirate Cove. I got 3 stars on here, and so this means I've completed everything in this park. Will you get away from all these things? Now, right now my park isn't doing so well, and the reason for that is I ended up leaving this game playing for a while, and I walked away from the computer for a couple hours, and what do you know? Everyone's kind of gone. People are bored with the park, but I actually really like this park. It turned out really well. And most of this was pre-set up, like this area here was set up. But I built these roller coasters and all these attractions here. Now look at this. There's a little ship right here. People get on and they get down. This is where they leave. They come down the staircase and they run right into the gift shop. Well, it's a hot dog stand. And then they buy lots of hot dogs. That's my plan, everyone. I've joined the dark side. All right, so, and as you can see, this coaster I was working on when I last played the game. So, Planet Coaster is a theme park builder game. You get to build your rides, and you build other things too. So, like, this was pre-packaged in the game as well. Like, the pirate ship is pre-packaged in the game, and so forth. Now, building all these things, you'd think it's intuitive, but it's really not. And this is my one dig about the Planet Coaster, is that there's not a lot of tutorials out there. So I'm hoping that as I continue this series, I'll be building on creating a tutorial series, like making it a Let's Play tutorial, basically, showing you these various systems. Because when I started working with this, I was tearing out my hair. Now, coming into this blank without any experience would probably be easier than, say, for me, whereas I have a lot of, I basically, in my job, I do 3D modeling stuff. And coming in from a 3D modeler to this I was going crazy. So Planet Coaster has another way of doing things. So as long as you approach it, not using your past experiences and just diving into it, you'll be having much easier time than I did. But that said, let's check it out. So as you can see, you build all the paths, you build all these little things. Like you can see the scenery here. Ooh, isn't that nice? And you make your theme park you make it a theme park. It's not just having rides, but it's creating the overall experience, which I love. Now, one of the cool things about Planet Coaster is you get to ride the ride. So let's check out. This is the first coaster I made here. I'm going to select this, click this camera here, and you can see, wow, look at this. We get to see people on it. Here we go. Oh, yeah. We're going up. And you can look around. This is going to be great in VR. Whoa! Look at this! Little drop there. And we go through the ground. Wow! Woo! Oh. So that was a short ride. And actually I had this on testing mode here. There we go. So that was a short ride. And the reason I created it so short was because I didn't have a lot of money and coasters take up money. So this was my very first coaster. This is the coaster I'm really proud about. I forget what I called this thing. Scurvy. Arr. All right, let's jump into this and let's see what this is about. Okay, here we go. We're going up the hill. I actually love wooden roller coasters. It just feels so, I don't know. I love them, is what I'm trying to say. Here we go! Hang on to your butts! Woo! Oh, yeah. Got a sharp turn here. Oh, it's turning dark out. I have no lights on. Woo! Get those hands out of your face, man! Wow! Love the little chop there. Wow! So that's a wooden roller coaster. I really like that coaster. I think it turned out pretty well. You can see there's day and night cycles. This gets a little irritating when you're building because oftentimes you want to see how everything looks. And you can see we've gotten all these Looney Tunes has not been tested. Oh, that's the one I was working on. And what you can do is you can change your lighting. You can see I have this set lighting button. I click that here and bam! No more day and night cycle. All right, we don't need to test this anymore. We'll start that up. You can also test, like, so here's the other coaster I was working on right here. This one starts here. It goes up and goes up here, and then goes around and then down here. And I never finished this. I wanted it to go right from the mast, like right from the crow's nest. And I think that was the name of the ride I was going to give it. So I'm going to select this. Let's go on this ride right now. So we're going to test this, even though the ride's not done yet. Okay, here we go. Now, this is the problem with this coaster. This coaster ended up being a little bit too, how do I say, ambitious. Just because I spent all this time building it, and I tried to make it go all these different places, and it didn't really turn out to work very well. And that's why I kind of abandoned it. All right. Oh my God, we're pretty high up! Here we go! Oh yeah, so this is a really steep drop. Woo! Go right through this coaster, right through that, and then we crash to our death! Ah! Okay, so this is the Creature Awakens Park. So here we're back in here. You can see I've already beaten this mission here. Close that out. And this is the entrance of the park here. Now you can create your own custom entrances, but the way that's signified of where people enter the park is this little doodad here. So you can create whatever you want over that. But this is considered the entry gate. You can see here the park entry date gives you statistics and ticket sales. I think I made this, you can see here, standard ticket prices. I made this free. So we have a free entry, but we charge them for the rides. That's how we get them. This is where I played around with the building here. So you can see I made this. This building is a prefab that was included, but I added all this fencing around it and got to know the building and placement system. This was you can see here, this is a themed restaurant. Now you can create, as you create your themed items, you can share them on Steam and actually import them so that or export them so other people can use them. Now this is my big addition to this park is the flume ride here. And it goes down into this, basically the Sarlacc pit. This was actually already created. And had I done this a little bit different, I would have gotten rid of the splash pool. But we'll ride that in just a second. Down here is probably one of the coolest pre-made rides here. And this shows you what you can really do with the game. So let's select this and go on a ride. Here we are. We're driving out. So this is the beginning. Very exciting. Now, I love these kind of rides when I was a kid. It's like a funhouse type ride. Ooh. And again, you're graded by, and you can see here, they're triggers. So as your vehicle approaches items, you can turn things to open, like those doors will open. Those lights will turn on. You can set all those. And here you have the pirates or whatever shooting at the monster over here. And as you can also see, you can build underground. It's really impressive. Now, building underground can be a real pain in the butt. Ah! Oh, no! Ah! Thankfully, like, the building mechanics and stuff it's not that expensive in the game. Again, you can always switch to sandbox, which a lot of people do, just to make the theme park of your dreams. But myself, I prefer the limitations. I prefer to be limited in creativity, because that is the birthplace of creativity. Oh my god. This is creepy. So you can add in those, like, that dust falling down. You can see over to the side there, the tentacles. Woo! Wow! So as you add these things, wow! You get what is basically, it's called scenery points and so forth. And the idea is that the more stuff you include, the more interesting the ride is or the line is or what have you. And you could really get away with that by, the computer doesn't judge you, is what I'm trying to say. Is that you don't have to be that artistic. You can just lay stuff over there and it looks really boring and lame, basically. The game doesn't really, it's not an artistic thing, not an artistic judge. So it's kind of like the scenery setup is really for you and anyone else you give the ride to. So you can get away with, you can game the system is what I'm saying, by laying out a really lame ride, just randomly placing stuff. But the point of it isn't to game the system. The point is for you is to create this cool world. It's like, why play something if it's not, oh, it's pretty dark in here. Where's the lights, man? Wow! So that's included. I guess, as you can imagine, as the gaming grows, there'll be more downloadable items and so forth. But what I'm saying is, you want to make the system, or you want to make a park that you would like to go to, versus, I want to do this for points. So here we go. I get this ride's a little too long for my liking, and it doesn't really, I don't know. To me, it's not very compelling. I wouldn't want to ride on this thing. I mean, it looks cool. Oh, no! Now, the thing about lift hills, generally not, wow! Here we go! Woo! Alright, is there another car here? What are we doing? Here we go! Oh, wow! We're going down! So generally speaking, like, I think with flumes, lift hills work okay, but for roller coasters, I think they can be a real momentum killer. So I try to limit myself with coasters to just to one lift hill. You can have as many lift hills as you want. But again, to me, it's like, would I want to ride a roller coaster that has like 3 or 4 lift hills in it? And I'm like, no. No way, man! Okay, here we go. This is the big drop. We're going into Sarlacc's pit. Oh, no! Isn't it nice and peaceful, guys? Here we go! Oh, yeah! Woo! I feel wet already. Okay, so here we are in the Great Tree. This is another Another challenge that I did. You know something? Just to make it so that you can see, I'm going to set the lighting here. This is where I currently am in progress. So you can see here we have achieve a senior rank of 100. And then I think here, what are we looking for? A monthly profit of 3,000. Did we already get this? I think we got this. So now we're trying to do, build a coaster. 5 excitement, 5 nausea, and 5 seconds of airtime. And this is what my first attempt. You can see this is a build in progress right now. Trying to build a castle. The idea is that the roller coaster, the person goes down the big hill, through the castle here, and it looks like you're on ground level, and then you drop out through the other side there. Again, this is taking me forever. Oh my god. But this has been a pretty successful park so far. Now, if I click on here, you'll see here, let me see, where's the ranking? So this tells you the status of your test ratings. Ideally, you'd want these all to be green. When these are all green, this means that people are more willing to go to this ride. The ride has longer longevity, I should say. That's the idea anyways. But in this case, I decided to let them be a little nauseous, a little fearful. That's my big coaster. I have a couple of stuff over here. I made this coaster here. Wow! There's some camera fun. We're going. And when this game started, I was given this giant tree to work with. So I wanted to make a coaster that utilized the tree. Let's see this one in action. Actually, I didn't realize that the coaster is broken down right now. Oh, figures, man. All right, let's do a little tour while we wait for that to be fixed. You can see here that this was this weird cavern, so I decided to build this rapids ride through the cavern. And to tell you the truth, it's not a very good ride. I was thinking about trying to incorporate some of the theming elements into it, and no, it's kind of lame, to tell you the truth. Now you can see this guy here is the mechanic. He's in the process of fixing it. Now, one of the things you're also tasked with is to create really interesting ride lines. So this is the line right here to get into the coaster. I forget what the name of this coaster is. Wishing Tree. Okay, so you come through here, and you can see there's lots of plants. And again, you're graded, or you get more points. More people are happy with this ride, with the more scenery it is. So I decided to add in a bunch of trees here. Not exactly the most original, but I wanted to create a foresty atmosphere. Oh, all right, I think he just fixed it. Okay, I'm in test mode. And you can tell when you're in test mode when you have mannequins sitting next to you. Gotta love it. Here we go. This was a ride that I ran out of funds for, so I actually made this. It's actually kind of a little lame, to tell you the truth. But I needed money, so I just finished it, and then later when I got a little bit of money, I improved it. But yeah, it's not exactly... It's not the bee's knees. Oh no, here we go! I love it when coasters' tracks get really near each other, so it gives you a sense of collision. Woo! You see it's a little jerky. Ah! I'm gonna throw up! And I added these little elements here. You go through the trees. Woo, isn't that fun? And then you go through this little rock formation there. That's that ride. Alright, we'll open this up now. And we'll show you my last coaster over here. This is the... Wow! The one I'm currently building. And I'll most likely do a sandbox. Now what's really fun is I put the line right here as people wait in line. Right near the splash pool. Tell me if this is not the best, most evilest thing you've seen. Ah, suckers! Can you imagine waiting in line right here? Oh, it's so good. But they don't really care. So I'm happy for that. Alright, here we go. I put this coaster in test mode. And we're rocking. Be careful of the big drop! Oh my god! Wow, I'm gonna puke! Now here we go, into the castle. So it kind of feels like you're inside a castle normally, but then you fall right out the floor! Wow! Woo! Now here's where we start getting into some of the theming I was working on. Oh, I love it. The dragons are gonna eat ya! They're gonna eat ya! Wow! Oh, I feel like I'm gonna puke. Ha! So that, guys, is Planet Coaster. Really fun game, super awesome. We're going to be doing a lot more on the channel about this, but I thought I'd give you an overview of the game itself to give you an idea of what we should do. Now, we can do the challenges, or we can do a sandbox mode. I haven't done sandbox, a dedicated sandbox, but that might be actually fun to do. So let me know what you think in the comments. In any case, guys, thanks again for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you've been enjoying this content, feel free to hit that like button. And of course, if you want to see more videos of Planet Coaster, make sure to hit that subscribe button as well. I would certainly appreciate it. All right, everyone. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next episode. See you then.